Good morning, beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. I am so happy with myself today. I finally decided to go beige lingerie elastic, so it's really soft, it's nice and stretchy, to put into my neon scrunchie with the with the holographic sequins. So we're going to cut the elastic to length, and all I do is I just take my ruler like I've shown before in previous vlogs, and I'm going to cut this because it's nice and stretchy. See that? Nice and stretchy. I'm actually going to take it to 22 centimeters instead of the regular 25. So I'm just going to cut along there. That's 22 centimeters or 220 millimeters, and it's 8 3/4 inches in length. So got that cut, and put that out of the way, put my elastic out of the way. Now I popped in the spotlight this morning. That's when I went and grabbed the lingerie beige elastic, and I couldn't wait for my other order to come in. I needed my Bodkins. So this is elastic threader, as they call it here. It's a little bit different to the Bodkins that I'm used to. So we're going to give this one a test drive. It comes in a pack of 2, and there's $7.50 from Spotlight. This sale's currently on at the moment, and I'm pretty sure I got 50 cents off with my VIP card. So it's not a big savings, but it's still a savings because those 50 cents, those little tiny savings, all add up. So what we're going to do, I'm going to pop one of these out. Okay, so it says on the back here, elastic threader for inserting elastic lace, ribbon or cord through eyelets and casings. So this is a casing. There's all different casings. You can have the ones that you push down and you thread your cord through for like hats and shorts and things like that. Sleeping bags and all sorts of different things. So you could use this for that, but I wouldn't. You may have to. And for the instructions, it simply reads, insert elastic into eye of bodkin. This is the eye of the bodkin up here. Slide bodkin ballpoint first through the casing and the thread elastic, and then stitch each ends of elastic to secure it. So I'm hoping that this little cap on the end slides up. My bodkin just had a ring piece along here and you slid it up to the top, so fingers crossed it happens, or it goes down through here. So I'm thinking that's solid on the end, so you push elastic through there and you slide it down through here, so it's got a good hold of it. So we'll do that. Let's pop it out of its packaging. And I'm going to put that in the top drawer with all my needles and threads so I don't lose it this time. Okay, that definitely doesn't move. So we put it through the eye here, slide it down, and then we'll thread it through. Alright, I'll just get the opening ready. And it's right there. Yay, me. So we got the opening ready. Let's take this. Like I said, I've never used this one before. So, and this is the lingerie elastic, so it's going to have that little loop on one side. So that's for like if your underwear, panties, briefs, whichever you call them, don't like pulling tight onto your leg. It gives you a little bit more flex through the top there. So we're just going to thread this through like that. I'm not going to pull it all the way through because I need to hold on to this end. And I'm just going to slide that down. Okay, so that's got a good firm grip on it. As you can see, it's not pulling through. Okay, so I'm going to take this end and stay in the ball end, which is this end here, we're going to do it the way they want to do it. I've got both fingers, so I probably would prefer the other way. But anyways, we'll follow the instructions. Just going to feed it through like this. I've just got my finger over there. I showed you in the last video to like turn it over on your finger like so. And we're just going to keep feeding that through. So I've got my ring finger on my right hand, and if you're a lefty, you just do it on the other. I don't, excuse me. We had rain here this morning. I was a little bit out in the rain. My dad got some visitors today. I took him out to breakfast, and his eldest grandson, not his eldest grandchild, his eldest grandson, came in with his girlfriend, and we also met up with his mum, and yeah, it was a really good morning. Had brekkie with them, and they've got a lot of things they had to do, so, and I had a lot of things to do, like come back here and show you guys this, so this is where we're at. Dad had a good time too. Sort of fine with it over the years. Okay, I'm just going to push it through like that and grab it. They come out. I don't like this way. I like my other one because it has like little alligator clip on the end, and I'll just take it through. I say with the movement, I might just take it nearly right to the end because I honestly didn't think that was going to come out. So I'm pulling it down further, and then we'll go again. It's all good. You and I, we are learning together. So we take this, push it down. I could have been holding it too tight in my pinky finger too. I'm just going to try and like, I don't know if you can see through there, you might not be able to, but just here, where my thumb's right over it is where the elastic is. So I'm trying not to touch that. And pull this through. Just give that a little bit of leeway. And as you've noticed too, I've set my camera back up to where I had it. It's actually my Samsung Galaxy Ultra 22 Plus that I'm using, and the actual new recording app that I have on my phone is called Dolby On, and I find it so much better than my normal phone. I can do lots more with it. The only thing is that you can't pan in on the video like you can do with your normal phone camera. I don't know why. This is just the free version, and it's sitting me fine. So the last couple of videos or vlogs that you've seen, okay, whoopsie, there we go. So this time it actually come through, so you're going to have to bring it down further here. If it was a thicker elastic, I dare say you're right, just a little bit more up there. It's just trial and error, okay? So I've got these two, make sure they're facing the right way, and they are. And I'll just slide that back up here and pull it out. So if you're looking not to outlay money on actually buying your different types of digital cameras that are out there, just make sure that you check through your apps, go through your Galaxy Galaxy, oh my gosh. Well, you could probably go through your Galaxy store as well. I didn't actually look there. This come up in a feed when I was looking for something that I could record to reduce background noise, and I was looking it up on my computer, and they said to go onto my Play Store app, and on my Android phone, you might not have a Galaxy, you might have something else. So what we're going to do is we're going to pin this a long ways, like so. And I'll leave a little bit of a tail. So it does, sometimes the elastic does have movement on the machine. So I'm just doing that. Yes, it's an extra long pin for this a small job, but it works. So now what we're going to do, and I've scaled that quite nicely as well. We will be, let's put my scissors out of the way, put my bodkin. Going to pop my bodkin into, or my elastic thread into my little trusty material tray that I made. Like I said, I have to find something to make this more rigid. I do have a friend who is a seamstress, and she used to own a haberdashery sewing machine business, so the lady knows what she's talking about. So she's discussed a couple of things with me, and when I work them out which way I'm going to go, I will share with you all, and we'll be making more of those material trays as well. I'm going to have the orange cotton again. Cheers, my way. By the way, if you're in Australia, I think New Zealand has Spotlight, and I think maybe Indonesia as well. I'm not quite 100% sure on Indonesia. Or I'm pretty sure New Zealand has a Spotlight. Just jump on your web browser, whichever it may be, and just check if you're living in those countries. We don't need purple, we need orange, and this is my Gutterman thread. Spotlight has a sale on at the moment. As you can see, I've got plenty of thread at the moment. I'm not an extreme sewist, so when these get a little bit lower, like my beige here is getting pretty low, my really light blue, which I bought for a custom order, it's just about gone, so I will need to get more of that. Spotlight has a sale on Gutterman threads at the moment. It's buy two and get one for free. Now you can, if you don't have a Spotlight in your town or city, just Google for the closest one to your area. If you know what one that's closest to your area or whichever, you can actually jump online, and I think it comes from their DC, and purchase your anything that you want to craft with from your materials and your threads, and you can buy your scissors and everything right through to, they have party center in each one of their Spotlights. So just jump online, have a look. Don't forget, if you're not a VIP, that you can become a VIP online before you place your order, so then you can actually grab the VIP specials as well. And by the way, Spotlight is not sponsoring or endorsing this video. I'm just doing that's just freebie shout out for them. It's mainly because I use them. I used to use Windcraft years ago when it was here in Rockhampton, and unfortunately they ended up leaving Rockhampton. So I will be jumping on their website at some point and having a look and see what I can get there, because there's some fabrics that I want, that I have in mind, that Spotlight don't have here in Rockhampton. I've looked for some of it. There's a particular style I want. It's 100% cotton, and that's for more projects down the track. So we'll just use what materials I have now, and then we'll keep going when we come to that. Okay, bringing my machine forward a little bit. On. Now, always make sure that my machine is turned off at my machine first, and then I turn it off at the power point, and then I pull the plug out of the wall. Even though I have surge protected on my house, and also, through all my different power boards in that, it doesn't mean to say that if I get a power surge and it knocks it out and I'm not home to reset everything, that it's not going to turn around the breakers or whatever. If something goes amiss, and because this is a digital machine, it's going to fry everything in it if I get a really bad power surge. So I take that extra step just to be on the safe side. Okay, so now we're going to remove the reel of cotton. Now, after doing this scrunchie, I'll be doing the other one, because I only have those two scrunchies if you've listened in on any of my other vlogs. And take my bobbin out. I actually found this really cute wooden stand that would go with my sewing area today at Spotlight. However, they wanted $30, and I think it only held about 25 reels. I'm not 100% sure on that, don't quote me, but I use all different size reels. From this is about the regular size. Doesn't say how wide it is, but I'll just measure it up. So that's 20 millimeters, 2 centimeters in width. I know if I place the reels on the really big ones, that it's just going to be an absolute chaos. So I thought, no, when I do my wholesale order, I will turn around and get it through that way. So pop the bottom in. Now on my machine, remember, if you haven't heard, if you've heard this before, it's my Simplicity. It's the digital. I think it's a 20L. Don't quote me on it. I did find the serial number in that on it the other day. Just look it up. It's you can only get these at Spotlight that I know of. Now just pop this on. You can cut the thread. I don't, because I don't know. It's just from the old days. I hold my thread here and it's now. And you guys wind it by hand on the end. I don't use the automatic threader. Don't like them. Tried them a couple of times. Not my thing. But hey, each their own. If it's your thing, then I did put that on the wrong way. Silly people. I have to go this way. This way, my little attachment that goes down the whole in place will be fine. Okay, so probably could turn it around the other way as well. Let's pull that out, hook it under here, bring it down here, bring it up around here, loop it through here, go down over this part of the machine, down through just to the top of the thread. And we'll get that. Actually, just trim that off. So, I think I made it worse. I did. It's splitting. Shouldn't have grabbed the end like that. Let's pull it down a little bit more, give myself some room. No. In there. Now we got it. Okay. So I'll just hold this out here taut. And I'll just run it through like that. Pick the foot up. And it's just pull that thread through from the bottom. Grab, whoop, not that one. Grab one of the pins. Okay. Okay. It doesn't seem to have gone in correctly. And it hasn't. So we'll just do it the way that I normally do it. I think I might have had my bobbin in the wrong way as well. It's falling fast this time. I shouldn't have wasted that much. Okay, I'll grab these two. This is the normal way how I thread it. You're probably thinking, why are you doing that? You're wasting your time, but I'm comfortable with this. Okay. Let's go. Okay, it's up through there. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's the thread coming through there. Grab this pin again. Okay. Now that's better. It's taut there. Waist of, I should have actually rolled that back onto the bottom, but we'll just go with the flow at the moment. I hope you're all having an amazing time wherever you may be on this beautiful globe of ours. I'm getting lots of views from all over. Just want to make sure this is giving us enough room to move it down and take this off. Because what I do is actually put a scrunchie around here and we'll be sewing downwards this way and not across. I used to go across all the time and it was just like time consuming. So I'll pin that back there. There's plenty of tail there. Okay, I'm just going to stretch this over here like this. Okay, it's still keeping the elastic together. I'm just going to bring that needle back up. Okay, now I'm going to just go back a little bit beyond where the end is just here. So I'm just going to move this around to there. And you see that the pin, or maybe you can't see the pin, but the pin's through the other side there. So I have to be very, very careful with it. Let's pull those threads taut and that elastic back. It needs to be centered, or else it's just going to pull the elastic. When you're tying it, it's going to pull it to one side and it's just going to be a mess. And I don't like a mess. So I've got it on the straight stitch at the moment. We're going to go to the number 5. It's the zigzag stitch. I'll do a back stitch or a back tack. And then okay, now I'm going to go back and I'm going to release it by taking that pin out and so the other end. So now I'm going to go backwards again. I usually only take it all the way back. That's just making sure it's really secure. I didn't actually go all the way back. This lingerie elastic I used years and years and years ago, so it has pulled to one side a little bit, and that was my fault. So, and do you know what? I'm happy in showing you my mistakes because we all learn, and you know, how are we supposed to become great at something if we don't learn? We have mistakes on the way. So that's that done. Just going to pull that through. Look at that. Okay, it's a little bit bigger than the swimsuit elastic, but once this is pulled and you can see it pull taut and it's not breaking, yay! Give this a big thumbs up if you agree it's a yay and not a nay, like the swimsuit elastic. So when you pull that, gosh, what have we got here? I think cut the thread off on the inside. Got it now. So when you pull that around and it's up in the hair, that's going to fluff out really nicely. Yay. Sequin, holographic sequins. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to close up here. Now, remember I unpicked this the other day and I need to just open, there's a hole on this side. Got a little bit of a hole near the sequin there. So what I'm doing is I'm just stretching a little bit, turning it over more. So what we don't want to do is have that hole exposed, otherwise it's going to end up ripping and tearing, and I'm going to do it with straight stitch. And I'm going to just pop back in here. Have a look, there's the end, there's the end. So I'm just going to go a little bit beyond where I first stitched it. Like I said, I didn't do this with a neon cotton just for the simple fact I don't do a lot of neon materials. This is probably my second one, and the other one was, what was it? I think it was a blue, no, it was a lemon, sorry, and that was a long time ago, so I don't particularly use the neons as it is, so that you can see the little hole there. So we're going to just turn it over a little bit, stretch it out a little bit, Is it going to make it uneven a little bit? Not really. It's stretch material. It's neither here nor there. Once it's done in, it'll be fine. So I'm just putting that under there like that. So let's stitch, back stitch or back tack. And I'm keeping it as close as possible to this edge because I don't want the material to roll out on me and showing where those holes are. I didn't think it had holes in it the other day, but it obviously did, so. Let's bring that there. And I'm just going virtually slow. Just taking it through the other end a little bit. Back stitch, back tack. Okay. A little bit more thread there. And also just there. So I'm just going to trim this off. Okay, so there we go. One holographic sequin neon scrunchie. Oh, good. Love those. Not my colour, but I love the sequins on it. Okay, so let's do this one from scratch, and then I'm going to get on to my next project. Okay, so we have cut out our scrunchie material, and we're going to bring it the short end to short end. So we're going to do it the long end to long end. I made some bias binding last night. I was working on a prototype project. Now this one again has had, I don't know what happened to it when I cut it, but yeah, it's all out of whack. So just turn that. I bring with the stat materials or this stretch material, anything that's really slimy and slippery. I try to bring it up and around the back of my machine, and I'll just bring it through this way on its own accord. Just for the simple fact I don't like things dropping, and yeah, just me. And by the way, yes, I have to sanitize my hands. I sanitize my hands every time before I touch any of my products. That's including my candles and my body products I wear gloves with. My candles I wear gloves with as well, because working with the fragrance oils and the essential 100% essential oils, when I'm working with it all the time, it's just not right for me to actually not wear any gloves. And plus you'd like to know that you get your product nice and clean. And so that goes right through from creating your custom orders, or if you're buying anything from my website or any other stores that I have my product in. It's just so determined under. I don't want that. I don't want to hold it too taut, because what it's going to do is it's just going to pull this material way out of whack. And all it wants to do is just turn in on me. This is probably one of the reasons why I don't like using this material. Okay, so I've got the edge of the foot right here, so I'm going to miss this slot here. So it's going to be on the inside, it's not going to come through on the outside. It's really fighting me. I won't iron this material for the simple fact that it has the holographic sequins on it, and I don't want to burn them or make them shrink. You probably might use this stuff, but just my personal preference. Each one's to their own. Okay, just back stitch there, and as you can see, huge mistake. This one's actually worse than what the other one was when I showed that on that other vlog. So put that in there. Put that to a straight stitch. Okay, you can see how it's rolled over, but it's come back out on this side, which is good because we don't want it showing on the other side, which it hasn't. So what we're going to do is this was in heavier material. It would look excellent as a little bag. One of my wet packs, if it was wet pack material, even just my pencil cases or makeup bags, whichever you want to call them. Just put this back on here because we're going to need that out of the way. Okay, let's see. So this is the uneven side. Excuse me. I beg my pardon. I'm going to go. I'm just going to pull that top layer from off there. Okay. Just for a second so I can see what's going on with this material. Just a little bit more to cut off and then we'll be fine. I really don't like cutting through those sequins. I should just use the scissors. There we go. So that's all done. I'm going to put it back in on the right sides facing each other with the inside facing out or the wrong side. It massively poured down here last night and it poured down again this morning, which has made things a little bit muggy at the moment outside because it has stopped raining for a little bit, but I dare say it will be picking up again. Okay, so we're doing the burrito method again, and we just bring these two together like so. Now this, because this sorry everyone, because this material is so slippery, it's going to be a pain in my butt. So this is going to take a little bit of time. I may have to speed it up. If not, we'll be all good. That side, and there's that side. I'm just going to bring the stitch in a little bit, so it's just going to make that just that smidgen smaller, but that is all good. Couple stitches forward, back stitch, And then let's grab this. Now remember, we can't really pull this one taut because it's going to stretch the material out too much. We just hold it in place nicely. Let's bring my thumb under here and unroll that row over there. So I'm holding it tight, but I'm not pulling it really taut. It's going to stretch the material out too much. Same thing again. Pull that over. I've come probably 5 mil in from the edge of the fabric. It's got a little hole. Didn't see that. It's got a big hole in it. I must have cut that before, so I'm gonna have to just come down here a little bit, which is not gonna be there. Just a few mil in. Okay. Okay, so we're coming to just over halfway. So what we'll do is we'll pull, grab the center pieces through. So this is our halfway mark just here. Just to keep these two together till we get about this far away, and then I can pull more material through. And I just use these two fingers. I just grab them together, and you might have to leave a little bit more distance if you're not so familiar with utilising small spaces in the sewing. Okay, it's a little bit more. I don't want to pull out too much. And we go like so. Also, Dolby does not endorse or give me payment of any sort for using their app. What have I done here? I hope I haven't stitched that in. No, there we go. Just caught a little bit. In any way, shape or form. So I'm just letting you all know the app. I'm staying with Spotlight or any other brands that I mentioned. So none of my blogs are endorsed at this particular time. Okay, we've just gone over halfway, and where we started stitching is just down here. So we've only got, say, about 30 centimetres, just over 30 centimetres to go, or about a foot and a bit to go. And before that, when it was stuck there, I think it might have been caught on a sequin. So hopefully it hasn't damaged any of the sequins at the back. Only a few inches away now. Okay, we're coming to where I first started off, which is just here. So I'm just going to put my finger in here. I'll pull that so taut. So that was just caught up on some sequins as well. Just have to put my needle down for a second. I know I haven't used it with it down. And put up. It's really slimy, this material. Put down. And just do the needle down for the last little bit of this stitch. So I always measure by 2 fingers from where I started off with my stitch, and I go like that. So I just put my finger in and I eyeball it. So at the end of the sequin, I want my foot's pattern. If not, if you want to, you can just put a little mark. We're using some Taylor's chalk or Taylor's pencils. So I'm like, yep, that's where it'll go. Let's just draw a little bit up there. Okay, I can go just a smidgen more. Okay, we don't want it too small, the actual open area, so that we can bring the scrunchie out. Let's go in there. Just make sure your threads are clear of this area. If this part of your machine, your extension can come off. Okay, so that there, and there's the end of the hole. Now I'm going to put my middle finger and my index finger in the hole. Just going to find those pieces of fabric. It's a bit of a guessing game, but it's usually pretty easy with the thicker materials. So I'm just pulling that out. Sequins are going to give me a bit of a hassle like they did last time, perhaps, or maybe they're just going to cooperate. They did. Okay, so there we have that part of the scrunchie done. It did pull a little bit just here, but that's okay. It's on the elastic side. So I will grab my beige elastic again, and we'll measure out 22 centimeters instead of 25. I know it doesn't seem much, but because this is very, very elastic, it stretches very, very far. I'm going to say the elasticity in it is incredible. Just pull it back up. Put it out of the way. Okay, time to get our trusty bodkin. I'll put it back in here somewhere. It's in here somewhere. Let's look, see. It's disappeared on me. Things are missing. Lucky I bought a 2-pack. Okay, so we will grab the elastic, thread it through with a loop end to the top. Just pull that down. It's nice and firm there. This one seems to be a little bit stiffer than the other one. Now let's thread it through. I know it says to use the other end. Okay, we'll use the other end. I just had the opening. There we go. There's the opening just there. So we're just going to thread this through, grip this in our little finger. And we just go thread, thread, thread. Pull that along there, keep going. at the halfway mark. You can see that seam there. Excuse me. I'm just trying to keep my hand away from that the elastic because we do not want it to come off the bodkin. I'll just turn it around about 3/4 of the way so that's facing you. So when I bring the bodkin through, or the elastic thread through, I think the bodkin word sounds a lot better. Okay, and we just pull that like that. Bring these two tails evenly together, like so. And I measure about a thumb's width from the top to just here, and then we just turn it over like so. It may seem like a waste of elastic to a lot of people, but it's actually not. Just want to make sure it's not too close to the end here. So like here, from the constant use of a scrunchie, that could eventually in time just pull out, and that's why we do a back stitch at the top and a back stitch at the bottom here just past. So just before and just past, we'll do a back stitch. Okay, just oh, yay, come undone. These little things happen, so I'm just going to do it a couple of times. So, keep the elastic in there and just hold it. It's definitely trying to come off. It's pulled back a little bit. But however, we're just going to bring that back behind it like I said before. Now I'm going to put my needle down this time and I'm going to remove the pin a certain distance out, so back stitch, then go through and just after where it's doubled over here. I do not want to break a sewing needle. I broke one yesterday doing another project that I was working on, which one lot of printed fabric is done. So I have another, oops, gotta go zigzag. Like that. Excuse me. And I just ran off the side of the elastic, so I'm not happy with that. So it's going to bring it in a little bit. I'm not going to try and unpick the stitch. I'll just bring the the needle up. Just bring that over a little bit, and you can see that the elastic's pulled out from this side. So I'm just going to grab, let's set this here. My needle down, bring my foot up so far. You can see just here, it's coming out a ways. So I'm just going to use, and come off. That is what we don't want. And it's all good. Things happen, like I said. So I'm going to pull it too far. And I'm not going to use a quick unpick, because I don't want to break that elastic because it's already been. I'm just going to trim this back as much as possible without cutting the elastic. If I had a bit more length on it, I may have just cut that piece off and started over again. But I've already weakened the elastic in that spot, so I'm not going to actually unpick it. Just pull all the excess, cut all the excess threads off. You can see where it went over the side and it's pulled out. So I say when I pulled it across, you can see here where it hadn't actually caught this side of the elastic. So it was obviously further towards me. Just going to cut that fluffy bit off the end. And this time I'm going to go this way and just take it a little bit back from those stitches there. And this time I will pin this way in a couple of places, just so that I know it's going to hold firm. I mean, these things happen, If you think you're getting stressed out about it, just pop up, walk away. If you've got folding to do some folding and then come back at a later time, so then your brain has stopped over processing what's happened. And that way you should be able to get on with it and not be so stressed out. Never, ever, ever beat yourself up about anything. I mean, some of us do. I mean, I'm not perfect. I do as well at times. And I'll just lose my foot. Maybe that was the problem. Because that should not have happened at all. I'm sure it's not curled around the needle. Because what it will end up doing is it will end up breaking the needle, and that's fine. So I just have to put this back in. I have no idea why this come off. It's, yeah. No. Okay, let's do this. Let's just put a bit of tension up. The little arm that goes on there, but it's starting to come off though. Okay. Shall we try for the third time? Now, I have been adding more product to my website. I'm trying to get so much done. Just going to take that back just a smidgen more. I might actually pull the elastic up so it's not pulling taut so much. Just go back a little bit more and that foot down. Okay. Reverse stitch. I don't think it's grabbed that. No, it hasn't. So I'm just going to poke that through just a little bit more, bring that tautness off it so much. Take one pin out. And I just ran over more of that click that you heard. I'm just hoping I haven't broken the tip of my needle, which I haven't. Sorry, I was very, very lucky then. That is why you take your pins out. Just going to lower that foot back down, do a couple more zigzag stitches and do a back stitch there. Okay, it's gathering the sides of that elastic up, so I'll stop now. And you can see where it's come off here a little bit. That's perfectly fine. I am not going to cut it because what I'm going to do is it'll actually weaken those edges. It's not perfect. I'm not happy with it. If this was a normal elastic, I would sit here and I would unpick it all. So we're going to leave it as is. It's very secure. It's still got enough stretch in it for when whomever uses it. Okay, so we'll thread that back in to the scrunchie like so. And very wide one. This one's a lot wider than the other one, but still going to do the job. Now, if you wanted this more fluffier out here, you could probably put netting in there. I've never made a scrunchie out of netting, so I have no idea how that would work. Just bring those threads through here, put my extension piece back on, and go. In there, just go back a little bit from where we stitched and our stitches on both ends. Just hold it taut, don't pull it taut. That's pulling it really taut. Just let it relax, but hold it taut a little bit so that the fabric's not going to move around on you. Just need to get in here and pull those rolls out. Okay. I started off with a zigzag stitch. My bad. Go back. Okay, needle down. I'm going to complete this one with a needle down. I just need to get this thread. what it is here. Okay. So we're just going to bring this out a little bit. Back stitch, bring it up, bring it out, and we're done. So just trim this here and here without trying to pull too much of that out. Just come up here and this is not looking too good under here, so I'll just trim where that back stitch, zigzag stitch was. So tidy that up a bit. I'm finally growing my nails back. I did clean them and I did sanitize them before. This is what I'm saying about fabric. It does get dusty. Even if you don't think you got any dust coming into your house, if you have screens, it still comes through the screens. And I mean, this is, it's what happens even when you buy brand new material as well. Okay, put the book where I can see it. Come down here, I've got a little tail straight hanging there. There we go. Much bigger one. So it'll still work. Happy sewing. Stay safe, take care, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye for now. Oh, and one other thing, don't forget to like, give us a big thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel. The more, the better off it is to help my channel being viewed more often. So, bye for now.